You may have noticed that so far we haven't exactly looked at what the Common App essay topics are. The reason for that is simple. It's more important that we have found interesting areas of our life to talk about than that we worry about any given prompt. The truth is that the Common App essay prompts are so broad that they allow us to talk about pretty much anything. Let's take a look at some of them now. Here we see what I mean. A prompt like reflect on a time where you question or challenge a belief or idea is super broad. Same as describe a problem you solve or would like to solve. The way I would like you to think about choosing your topic is to first determine what you yourself find interesting about your life. Then see which prompt is flexible enough to allow you to do so. So, for this video, we'll consider finding what's interesting, then look at some don'ts to avoid some pitfalls. Let's think of this material in two ways. The first kind is material that is interesting in and of itself. These are moments that will stand out on the page regardless of to whom they happen. Perhaps you had a unique opportunity to work as a summer assistant to a popular politician, or you once saw a rhinoceros give birth during a safari. Moments like these are the head turners at a dinner party and can offer rich insights into an exciting time in your life, simply through their inherent narrative richness. Think unique because of what it is. The second kind is material that is interesting because of how you can tell it. Finding this is even more subjective a process than the first, and it's where trusting your own instincts starts to become important. The truth is that not all of us have had such singularly exciting moments as the previous examples, nor should we have had to in order to attend a great college. These are the moments that, though they may not necessarily be as tantalizing on the surface, will still offer narrative possibilities that are just as rich because of the specificity of your own experience. So sure, talking about a summer job working as a barista may sound mundane at first, but not if the story goes on to describe the way you felt your memory expanding, having to learn the orders of everyone in the neighborhood. What different coffee tastes help you learn about people you've known for so long. Or how even after the job was done, you developed an interest in coffee farming that led you to stay up late at night researching different bean varietals. Even the simplest of life's moments can offer us one-of-a-kind insights into who we are in the world. For these ones, trust yourself and think unique because of how I can tell it. Many personal statements aim to capture both of these elements, the one-of-a-kind and the personal, in one fell swoop. But that does not mean it's the only way. When it really comes down to it, it's the second element that's more important. Telling a story in a way that only you can and that shows how your own worldview came into being will always take precedent over an interesting moment that's told lifelessly, without a personal touch. Keep that in mind as you go through your research. Just as before, I want you to have hard copy materials and a highlighter on hand, one for each of the categories. Sit down before your research and identify 2 narrative areas that fit into the unique because of what it is category, and then another 2 in the unique because of how I can tell it category. It'll be from these 4 areas that you will then select which one you want to go ahead with and make the focus of your first draft, keeping in mind that you can always decide to later switch if unsatisfied. With that said, there are still some subject areas I recommend you avoid off the bat. Sports victories or injury comebacks. Sports are a great microcosm for life because they offer us an arena to strive, work hard, overcome triumphs, and achieve success through the merits of hard work. Unfortunately, that much is all too obvious to admissions officers, who we must remember are reading thousands of personal statements. So the time that you had to dig deep and win the big game, or even the time you had to train harder to come back from an injury, are tired topics that may cause your personal statement to be overlooked without getting its fair shot. Life-changing volunteer work. These again fall into the trap of narratives that feel obvious as soon as they start, and they run the risk of coming across as condescending. In short, don't use the misfortune of others simply as a backdrop for your own personal development. Coming to America. It is true that for many families, immigration to America presents a chance for opportunity while also navigating a distinct difference in culture and the challenges of prejudice and assimilation. With that being said, it is a story that can be told by thousands every year, and that can often feel redundant. Admissions officers are swarming in these. Consider staying away. Big universal truths. The holy grail of every philosopher. Sometimes we get the urge to convince our readers of something grand and undeniable you learned. It's a bit of a trap. Even though we do want to highlight our moments of growth and learning, trying to go too big undermines that. So stay away from capturing the meaning of life or that time you decided you would never lie ever again. The more human and down to earth your writing can feel, the better off you'll be. And, of course, as with everything, there are exceptions to the rule. If you believe you have a unique way to talk about these subjects or any other, then go ahead and highlight it. Only you can know for sure. When you're done, our research phase is over. It'll be time to look at the fundamentals of writing, and I'll see you at the next stage.